Erica and Sharon are sisters who began their grief journey in 2006 when Erica's 10-year-old son Austin drowned. Together, they participated in a grief education program, were so moved by this experience, they studied and became specialists so they could help the brokenhearted find recovery. In 2015, tragedy struck their family once again when Erica's oldest son, Donovan, was killed in a motorcycle accident. Erica and Sharon are committed to sharing their experiences of love, loss, and healing through this podcast. Now your grief specialists, Sharon and Erica.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Healing Starts with the Heart, our podcast.
Yay! And we are live in the studio.
Yes, it feels good to be live.
I love that. I think the energy is different.
It's totally different. And it's hard. I love the whole concept of the podcast in general. I just love every bit of it. But when I'm on the phone, sometimes I'm like, what did she say? Or how did her face look? Like, I want to read your facial expression. So I'm like, was she serious? But now we're live and in person, so now I can read all the facial expressions.
Which is good.
And
now
she's always serious.
And she's always serious. Hey, friends, welcome back to our podcast where it's all about you, the grievers, and your broken heart. And we are professional grievers.
Yeah.
We've grieved a ton.
A lot.
And we'll probably grieve a ton more.
Yeah. Because life happens.
Yeah.
Grieving events happen. Everyone in their life will have at least one or multiple grieving events.
What about the response we're getting from the podcast? It's been so awesome. Everybody is so encouraged, and they send us little messages all the time and send us love, and we want to thank you guys for that because we're coming up on number 52.
50.
Number 50.
Yeah, which is, that we've actually put out.
Yes.
We have more. So, we have over 50, but that we've actually released, which is really exciting. But one of the things that I think of the part I love about the podcast the most is for our fresh grievers or our friends who are not ready to pick up the phone for us yet, they send us messages like, your podcast is the only thing getting me through.
Yeah.
And I love that because at least they're getting something.
At least they're getting something.
Yeah.
And so we have listeners now that are going every week that are commenting. If there's a scratch in the podcast, they tell us.
Thank you.
If the podcast goes down, they tell us.
Yes.
And we love that.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without the people who are listening.
Oh, absolutely. It takes a village to do a podcast.
Yeah. It does.
Thank you, friends. That's our thank you. So the title of our podcast today is...
Healing is not one and done.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, you would think it's just that simple.
Yeah.
I do my work, I show up, I'm healed. I'm going on with my life.
It's not that way.
No.
Well, first of all, the number one thing that we do is we do an inventory of our heart when we get together. Right. What does that mean? That means that we guide you through a homework assignment as part of our educational program where you're actually looking in your heart and looking at all of the losses, all of the pain.
Right.
Because sometimes they're little things that we remember from first grade or second grade. Sometimes they're big things that happened to us in the sixth grade, and now we have this change in our pattern of behavior, and we have this loss, and that thing from the sixth grade attaches to that, and bam!
The perfect thing that came to mind right now when you were talking, it's literally your losses in your heart are like a Pez dispenser, right?
Yes.
So you get that first one out, you heal that, and then the next one just comes right up to the top.
Oh.
That's exactly what it's like.
Are you hungry? It's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it's like. And when we say not one and done, you can't do the first Pez.
Right. No. You've got to find the Pez that is creating the most sadness and the most pain that you're carrying around. That's the one you need to do first so you could truly lighten your load so then you can evaluate the other little candies in the dispenser to see where you're going to go next. Which one is what's the second one that's causing you the pain?
Well, going back to what we said in the beginning is that we will grieve other things, you and I.
You will.
We will grieve other things. So our Pez dispenser is not empty. We try to keep it as empty as possible.
Right.
But it constantly is filling up with things that we need to stick back in there that we need to take care of. I mean, or remove from there and take care of it.
And the reason we're saying that it's going to keep coming up is because we can do this work on people living or dead. So for the people who have gone to the other side, yes, our journey with them is done. But the ones who are living are still there trying to poke our triggers and, pushing our buttons, that we need to keep doing the work to keep that Pez dispenser as empty and as clear as possible.
Well, one of the things we do is we study our numbers very closely, and we know for a fact of the last 2 weeks, the last 15 clients that have signed up with us didn't come to us from a death.
No.
And that they all came from relationship issues, struggles.
Yeah.
I don't want to call them issues. They're struggles. Breakup of a romantic relationship, divorce. I'm having trouble discussing things with my daughter.
Infidelity.
My daughter, I can't talk to my dad.
Yeah.
All of those things were our last 15 clients.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And all of their relationships that they're grieving, their Pez, are still living.
Yeah.
The thing about dealing with a Pez that's still living is that you can go around them and we unplug the energy that they're causing. We unplug that pain that they're causing. We guide you through that.
Right. And the reason why that is important is because this grief work, Sharon always says, is an inside job. So it's for you. You're doing the work. The person that is pushing your buttons and giving you the negative energy is still going about their life living the same way they've always been living.
Yes.
So when they are behaving in the manner that used to cause you such anxiety or anger, you will no longer have that anymore because you've done this work and you've basically disengaged all of those buttons that they would like to push.
Absolutely. When I did the original grief work for myself and I did my original heart inventory, I had to look at all of the losses that I had experienced in my life. And I personally have grieved hundreds of times and used the process hundreds of times. But I went through each and every relationship in my life and thought, okay, I'm going to look at this and see if there's anything I need to do. I can't even tell you how free I am by that, how free my heart is, how the trajectory of my life has changed, and it's just lighter. And Eric and I often try to come up with for you guys what it's going to feel like, and it's just a heart of peace and calm.
Yeah, it really is, because where there is sadness, anger, resentment, confusion, you get to take all that off the table. And you're just left with more of the positive memories that were the relationship where it was affected. And like Sharon said, a peace. This message is not just for people who have not come and met with us or talked to us. This message is for people who have worked with us.
Yes.
So if you have done any work with us and completed a relationship, we always tell you there's more work to be done. This message is for you too, my friends.
Absolutely. It is, especially for you. So, for example, we had a client recently that came and grieved the breakup of a romantic relationship, but also has a tumultuous relationship with his brother that's just hanging over there. That has to be dealt with. And now we're walking him through that step because he can see that he has to do this other part in order to be set free from the pain, loneliness, and isolation.
Yes.
Period. It is not one and done.
No, it's not. You don't get this amazing recovery from just doing the one relationship.
So we talk often about self-care, and this is the self-care, grieving self-care. This is the grief self-care, is absolutely doing the work, getting into the trenches. And here's what does it feel like, Erica? It feels like...
When you're doing the work or after you've done the work?
Done.
After you've done the work, we're still in the holiday season, so I've been putting up a lot of memories.
Yeah.
And I'm encouraging everyone to share their favorite memories with their loved ones with us on our Facebook page. And people have been responding saying, oh my God, I don't know how you do this. And I wish that I could have a camera with me like sometimes, because when I'm going through my pictures and I'm searching, I am literally looking at all the pictures of Austin when he's little, Donovan when he's little, Donovan and Jordan doing the Hercules in front of the Christmas tree with a smile on my face.
Pictures of Daddy.
There's no tears running down.
Yeah.
There's no, I'm not curled up doing the ugly cry. I swear to you, and I'm not lying, and I'm not trying to sell you a bill of goods. I am smiling and looking at my precious boys with all the love in my heart that I feel, looking at my dad, looking at his beautiful smile, remembering the funny things that he used to say because he was a funny guy, and just feeling joy and love in my heart. That's what it feels like.
That's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's not one and done.
No, it's not one and done. And I would not be able to feel that had I not done the work.
Yeah.
I would be ugly crying. You know, the me that you guys you never met, resistance girl, let's call her, when after Donovan died, was very sad and very heartbroken. And everything, I used to go on his Facebook page and look at his pictures and read the comments. I kind of stalked him, I guess, in a way. And I would be sobbing.
Yeah.
I would be sobbing, and I wouldn't get out of bed. I wouldn't get out of bed. And I would just wallow in that pain. That is not that's not recovery.
Yeah.
That's who you are before you get to the process and you do the work.
Yes, 100%.
I've been both people, so I'm literally talking to you from experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Isn't that awesome?
It is awesome. And I hope that you guys can see, and that's why it's good to do these live shows, to see my face and to see my smile when I talk about the boys and to feel this love that I'm putting out there, because this is real and this is me and this is what happens when you do the work.
You, the griever, has to do the work. We are the guides. We were grievers first, and we're here to guide you. Here's the first step I want you to do today. Go into the show notes and download the definition of grief. Then I want you, the griever, to set up an appointment to share your grief with us. And you can do that through the show notes also, where you hit on schedule an appointment. We will come to the mini session, either Erica or myself, and we will sit there and we will hear your grief, and we will share our personal story with you, but then we walk you through the process of what it's absolutely like to work with Erica and I. We see you, my friends. We know you're in pain, and we are here for you. You can find us at iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and at healingstartswiththeheart.com.
healingstartswiththeheart.com, and you don't have to live like this anymore. You really don't.
Yeah, you can have peace.
You can have peace.
You can absolutely have the peace.
Yeah. And this smile.
We love you, friends. Goodbye.
Bye, friends.